Hi, my name is Jennifer Carole, and I'm a core energy coach. This is a particular kind of coaching that was designed by IPEC, the Institute of Professional Excellence in Coaching, and it is a paradigm that works really well with, frankly, my approach to life. Essentially, what it looks at is stopping the limiting beliefs and blocks that we have that prevent us from being successful humans and replacing those limits with things that are attainable, achievable, and fundamentally a new kind of energy. So let me slow down and explain that just a little bit more detail. If we do team coaching, we will look at the beliefs that the team shares. Some of them could be individual, but they generally tend to be collective beliefs. And we will look for ways to change those beliefs that are limiting or blocking the success of the team and replacing those with a system of beliefs that will empower them and make them more productive and ideally a high-performing team. So let me give you an example because this actually happened on a project I was working on recently. We were on yet another product meeting. We were talking about functionality in the product, and we were all in agreement about a set of rules that were preventing us from coming up with new ideas. We needed to do something to differentiate the product. We needed a breakthrough idea, but the problem was we had all bought into the parameters of rules that were preventing us from coming up with innovative new ideas. So after our god-awful product call, because those kind of meetings are just hell, I thought about what we were doing, and I realized what we needed to do was release the shackles of those existing beliefs. They were holding us back. They were trapping us, and they were killing innovation, even in the process of the product meeting. We couldn't even have an inspired conversation because we already knew of all the limitations. So instead, I proposed to the team that we throw out all of our existing beliefs and think truly about the user experience and come up with the things that could help differentiate the product, but that would really delight the user regardless of what it was. It didn't have to fit with what was in our portfolio. It didn't have to fit with what the product could do today. It just had to be something that would inspire innovation and get us excited about going on a new path. This fundamentally changed the nature of our meeting and inspired us down a whole new path of product development that we never had thought of before. So that's just the ability to come into this situation and bring that different kind of energy, different kind of problem solving to change the performance of a team. The two types of energy that we talk about are anabolic, which is the positive energy, which is what fuels you, drives you, gives you new ideas. It really pumps you up and essentially removes all the limits. And then there's catabolic energy, and that's the negative energy that can bring a team down. We were definitely in catabolic energy in that team meeting because the rules we had put in place, our beliefs were that we couldn't possibly be innovative, not beyond the scope of what we thought we were limited to. But once we focused on anabolic energy and removing those barriers, suddenly the new ideas started to pour in. All we had to do was shape them in a way that was going to work with our product. So that's the part of the energy that we talk about in core energy coaching. Catabolic and anabolic energy. And the way team coaching works is we really look at where catabolic energy has been in play. It might be part of the culture. It might have been something that became a learned behavior over time. It might be something that one or two team members constantly bring to the collaboration. It's just hard to know, but that's what we look at in team coaching. And then we look for ways to tap anabolic energy so that we shift what's happening within the team. And it may, some of the blocks might be around how we communicate, how ideas are treated when they're brought up, who's allowed to present ideas. You might not even realize there's a dynamic that prevents certain people from having ideas because, well, they're not the idea people. And yet their life experience or their point of view gives them a great way to represent the user experience or bring a novel idea to the situation. So by using that energy, that is the key to how this team coaching works. So we start off with focusing on your objectives. With any team, there's a set of objectives you need to meet. It might be that the team isn't performing well, it's been acquired, we're trying to merge in with new people. It could be that there's just a legacy of folks who have been on the team for a long time and aren't feeling very inspired. Whatever the situation, we talk about what those needs are and we lay out a plan. And then I may or may not need to speak with individuals in private coaching sessions. If I do that, that's a confidential meeting with that employee. That employee is not outed, or the things they share are not revealed unless I ask for permission to reveal it as part of the aggregate data collection. And I'm very explicit about that. I don't want anyone to feel like they were gotten as part of this process. That would undermine the process. Everyone has to feel good about how this happens. Then we begin to work with the team to address the issues. And really, the solutions are generated by the team. I don't come in and tell people what to do. What I try to do is facilitate discussion that leads to the answers that are right for the team. So it has to work for the people involved. And when folks are done, when we go through this process, they actually have a common language for talking about these things and have a way to talk to one another going forward that will help foster this new level of collaboration and innovation that you should be seeing among your teammates. I'm often asked, what kind of results can you expect? There are three that I focus on. One is increased motivation, so the team members feel good about coming to work again. They're excited about their jobs. They see new opportunities and new ways that they can be very positive contributors to what's going on. I see better collaboration, so people can talk to each other now. There's a safe way to talk, and they feel like they're not going to be judged, that they're going to be heard. And even if the idea is not something that gets acted on, or the feedback is not relevant or useful, it's not put down. It's in fact listened to, so that everybody feels like they're an important member of a collaboration, of the collaboration. And then I have seen results that lead to incredible innovation, because suddenly, without all the rules, people are allowed to think out of the box. They're allowed to bring all their experience, not if they're in finance, not just their financial experience, but the thing is, maybe it turns out that they're a heavy app user and they can bring a lot of insight to an app, or maybe they have managed an apartment before and they understand how property management works. I mean, you don't know people's life experiences, but we tend to not embrace that in a work environment. And that's to our disservice. That is really not appreciating the full value that our team members bring to the office. So that unlimited innovation starts to come as people are encouraged to bring their ideas that aren't constrained by the groupthink or by the negativity that can happen in business and in corporate America. So to get started, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is schedule a free consultation with me. I'll talk to you about what you want to do. We can figure out if there's a path to success. I believe there is. I've done this a lot with a lot of companies. I've even gone in on projects where I've been the marketing consultant, but realized what was really happening in the situation was a communication dynamic that was preventing people from being able to say what they truly felt. And that's what was blocking the progress that the team was making. So these communication skills and this kind of process can really reveal those blocks that are preventing your teams and your company from doing well going forward. What's really important is that the executive should understand this approach and support it, and it needs to be supported pretty much throughout the organization, because the folks on the team need to feel safe that their ideas and their desire to really deliver the best value they can for you will be honored and treated with respect. So absolutely having the executives understand this approach is of real value as well. So call me, schedule that consultation. We can map out what we need to do, and we'll get started. I look forward to talking with you. Thank you.